University, Amsterdam. I work with Professor Helene Rieper on e-mental health and the implementation there. And that's basically the background that I have, innovation management and implementation. And in ImpleMentAll, I'm trying to coordinate basically the science and the conduct of the trial and development of ItFits, etc. It's really an overall kind of coordination role of the science. Yeah, so for me that's a very, on the one hand, a very easy question. On the other hand, it's a plain question, a very challenging and one of the first, I think, questions in at least implementation science that really tries to establish an effect size of tailored implementation strategies. So we try to measure whether or not an approach that we take in tailoring strategies to local needs, if that approach is more effective than implementation as usual, how sites or how organizations normally doing implementation. So that's the question. If the ItFits toolkit is more effective than implementation as usual. Let's say the ideal world would be that we establish an answer to the question and that says, well, yes, this approach is more effective than implementation as usual. And the reason why I think I'm hoping for that, normally as a researcher you shouldn't hope for anything, of course, but the reason why I hope for it, because it's a relevant question in terms of that the implementation of effective treatments is very difficult to do so. And it seems like that this approach might be, the systematic approach of tailoring might be a sensible thing to obtain better implementation outcomes. Better, in the end, that it is more patients who will be reached by effective treatments. The other thing in 4 years, and that might be a more realistic picture, is that we have a better sense of what tailoring is in local situations, in local contexts, how we can use in that tailoring the evidence or the knowledge that we have from all kinds of fields in healthcare of implementation. And that we have, and that's one, I think that will be one major achievement as well, that we have at least 1 or 2 instruments by which we can measure implementation success or implementation outcomes, because there are no instruments, validated instruments in science about that. So those 2 aspects, or 3 aspects actually, I think that would be great if we can formulate some kind of conclusions about that.